Welcome to the Multi-Orgasmic Mama podcast, where sexy motherhood taboos are broken. I'm Tilly Storm, holistic sex and jade egg coach and tantric sex teacher, all-around pleasure and prosperity advocate, and mama of two. If you are looking to get the spark back in your sex life and relationship, if you'd like to revive desire and feel sexy again without hormones, years of therapy, or trying things that don't feel authentic in the bedroom, then download my free Ignite Your Desire e-guide at www.tillystorm.com/e-guide. This episode is brought to you by the Sensually Embodied Woman Collective. If you're ready to remove all your blocks to pleasure, turn on and feeling confident and sexy in your body through my paid programs and offerings, then head to www.tillystorm.com today. What's up, hot mamas? It's Tilly, back from vacation in Arizona, Sedona, Arizona. Who here has been there? I loved it so much. It was the most magical spiritual experience. It was epic. And today I have a short and sweet episode for those of you that struggle letting go in sex because you're worried that the kids are going to hear. And for those of you that struggle getting in the mood because you got either something like piles of laundry or Legos all over the floor or race cars scattered throughout your bedroom, and it's just so unsexy, it's not inspiring you to be passionate or sensual in your life at all. All right, worrying about the kids hearing is something that all of my clients seem to worry about when they start my programs. I teach a lot of nervous system stress cycle release work, and also using the holistic sex tool of sounding in order to have better sex. So, of course, naturally, they're worried about, well, what if my kid's here, or what if I wake them up in the morning? And honestly, there's a really easy logistical fix to this that I'm going to share with you. And also, there's a mindset shift that gets to happen. A mindset shift from thinking that you're going to ruin your kid's life if they hear you, and then being confident and building confidence that when you take the necessary precautions, that you can trust and relax and let go without worrying that you're going to screw your kids up for good. And some of you out there might have had a bad experience with your parents in particular that may have kind of scarred you around this thing. So just, I'm sensitive to that as well. But knowing that ultimately your kids are going to find out what sex is, and they're going to realize that you've had it. So it's just one of those things you got to get over. But first, I want to talk about the logistics. So the easy fix to this problem is to get a frickin' sound machine and to put it in your kids' room. So if you have multiple kids, put it in each room that you have a kid sleeping in. And this will not only keep your kids from hearing what goes on in your bedroom, but it's also going to help them sleep better too. With the sound machine, you can relax knowing that they will get a better night's rest, and you can relax knowing that it's unlikely your kid is going to hear you if you get noisy in the bedroom. So there's actually a list of the 6 best sound machines of 2020 that I will link in the show notes below. And most of them cost anywhere from $38 to $60. Super easy, cheap fix to this problem. You have no excuses. So at some point, you're going to have to explain to your kids that, what sex is, and they're going to realize that you have it. And also, you got to realize with this mindset stuff that most of the world lives in 1-bedroom or less homes, and kids hear all the time, and they don't get messed up over it. So you just got to take the precautions that you can by doing something like getting a sound machine, and then trusting that that's enough, and you're not going to screw your kids up for life if they hear you. Okay, now let's talk about how to dekid your bedroom so it inspires sexy time. First of all, bedrooms need to be a place for sleep and sexy time, and that's it, nothing else. When I moved into my current place, that was one thing that I had to make super clear delineation, because the place I had before this was more like a studio with a 1-bedroom, and my kids had the bedroom. So I got so sick of my bedroom being a part of everything else when I moved to my current place. I was like, oh, screw that. I am not having, I don't have TV. We don't watch TV, but you know what I mean? No work in my bedroom. I've talked about this before on the podcast. Every now and then I do podcast recordings in my bedroom just because it's the best sound quality in there. I'm actually in my kids' bedroom right now recording this one. So making sure that you understand that a bedroom is for sleep and sexy time, and you can use a living room for other things like watching TV. All right, so the first tip of 12 that I want to give to Dekid and to sexify your bedroom space is, well, number one, get the sound machine. Number two, think about purchasing some plants. So plants improve air quality, and they're very affordable, and they inspire nature and the wildness of nature. So they have this natural quality of getting back to natural basic things, and sex is a very natural basic thing. So plants can be a really beautiful way to sexify and dekid your bedroom. The third thing is to consider getting blackout curtains. So if you live in a city or if you live next to a street light or street lamp, it's super important to invest in something, curtains that are going to help you sleep more soundly for longer periods of time. And if you do have kids, then this is even more important because you're already likely waking up interrupted throughout the night anyway. And at least having blackout curtains or something that's going to keep that light from waking you up will help you to sleep for longer periods of time. And then the fourth tip that I have is to purchase bedding that turns you on. So if you have nasty, dank, old sheets, totally guilty here. I actually got my last set of sheets in December of last year, but we are definitely in need of an upgrade. So getting some sexy sheets or bedding is super important to inspire sensuality. And one tip that I've heard is that you want to use skin-toned colors for your bed sheets, which I heard this from a feng shui person. So using anything that's skin flesh colored, anything from super light to super dark, but anything that's a skin tone can be really inspiring for sensuality, and it fits in with feng shui principles, or so I have heard. Do not quote me on that, but this is what I've heard. Okay, if you have bedding that reminds you of an ex, or you brought bedding over from a previous relationship, absolutely consider changing that out, because that energy is probably not something you want to be bringing into your current relationship or solo sex life, right? Okay, the fifth tip is to keep your floor clean. If you have got kids playing in your room during the day and they're bringing their toys in there and you got Legos all over the floor, if you're someone who throws clothes on the floor all the time, or your partner does, then be sure to put a closed toy bin for the kid toys and a closed hamper with a lid near the bedroom. Doesn't have to be in the bedroom, but maybe in a hallway next to it, to quickly get and keep the clothes and the toys off the floor. This is going to help those of you that are sensual minded get in the mood more easily. I can't stand when there's stuff on the floor. That's part of my sensual side. So having things clear on the floor, super important. Okay, the sixth tip is to consider the lighting in your bedroom. So you don't want to have a bedroom that feels like you're in some institution or some hospital or some big box store, right? So you don't want to be using white, bright lights or blue lights. These are not going to feel sensual and sexy. You want to use something like a soft white light instead, or something like a salt lamp. My mom got me a salt lamp. She got that for me as a housewarming present for my new place, actually. And it is the most beautiful, soft orange glow. I absolutely adore it. And when it gets dark outside, I always turn that lamp on, and it's so sensual and sexy. It definitely sets the mood. Okay, number 7, use warm colors in your bedroom decor. So for paint, for curtains, for bedding, the warm colors spark passion and fire, like soft oranges and pinks. Cool colors, on the other hand, they may be calming and peaceful, but they aren't very sexy, and they don't really inspire sensuality like warm colors do. So consider using warm tones for your bedroom decor. And then number 8 is that you want to keep family photos out of your room, not in the bedroom. If you like artwork on the walls, then choose something that looks sexy and turns you on, but it doesn't necessarily remind you of people. So yeah, keep all those photos in another room or hallway. Okay, number 9, you want to keep decor in your room minimalistic or minimalist. I don't know what the correct term for that word is or how to say it right. Minimalist, I guess. Keep decor in your room minimalist. This type of decor, it inspires sensuality and it makes space for inspiration to flow. So having a super cluttered room is not going to do well for some people that are really aware of their senses. I know if there's clutter everywhere in a room, I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. So definitely go for a minimalist style and decor in your bedroom space if at all possible. Take out everything that's not completely necessary to be in your bedroom. And then number 10 is to take all electronics out of the bedroom. No phones or TVs. I know this is going to be a hard one for some of you. If you like watching shows and snuggling with your honey, then try doing it in the living room if kids are not around. But if you have kids, okay, I have kids and it's definitely something where we'll take either the laptop or an iPad into the bedroom when they're out and being loud and stuff in the living room and their bedrooms. So you can take electronics into your bedroom, but it definitely would not make a habit out of it by putting a TV in there. That can be super distracting and it will definitely get you watching more shows than you'd probably like to and spending your time in ways that you don't necessarily want to be spending your time, and actually not connecting with your partner because those things are such a distraction. So only use them in your bedroom if you need to, and just use a portable device like your laptop or an iPad or something. And then number 11 is to think curvy and not sharp objects to decorate. So if you've got objects in your room that you want to use to decorate, curvy things are going to inspire sensuality more than sharp and pointy things will. So think soft and sensual when doing your bedroom decor. And then number 12, consider the scent of the room. So you can use essential oils, you can use room sprays, whatever you need, anything that invokes a sense, and bringing all of your senses online is going to help you to get out of your head in sex and to be more present. I always tell my clients this, is that it's impossible to have all 5 of your senses online and to be aware of all 5 of them and not be completely present. So think about that right now, right? If you notice what you see right now, if you notice what you're hearing, if you notice what you are smelling, if you notice what you're tasting, if you notice what you're feeling or touching, then if you have all 5 of those going on at the same time, you're present. You're totally in the moment and not in your head. Scents are super important for helping to get you in the mood for passion and desire and lust. All right, hot mamas. So here is to dekidding your bedroom and sexifying your space so you can stop worrying about things as simple as your kids hearing you. There's no need for it. Such a simple solution, and it only costs about $40. So go check that out. And don't forget to download my Ignite Your Desire e-guide at www.tillystorm.com/e-guide and get started on getting your spark back in your sex life and relationship today. Talk to y'all next week. Bye.